What's good, guys? I'm Copenich. Haldo, thank you for joining me. Chances are, you know me from a little video that I made very recently. And while I don't normally do this, also I apologize. Some of you hate this skin, some of you like this skin. I personally am half and half. From the front it looks meh, but overall it's cool. It looks nice from first person, that's usually what matters. Anyways, this has been requested a little bit. I promise you that I am one of the less likely and less... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm at a loss for words. I'm not the best person to do this. There are plenty of other people. However, people ask for it, so I might as well oblige. And I'm just gonna do a Zarya gameplay and commentary where I give some pointers and stuff on Zarya to people who want it or who just want me to humor them by making it. So Hanamura is actually a decent map for Zarya. We've got a Roadhog, which Zarya and Roadhog pair very well together because Roadhog is a very desirable target to be shot at. I don't know whose spray that is. Because he's huge, he's got a ton of health, and dealing damage builds ult no matter who you are. And immediately out the gate, we're down 210 health. That's fantastic. They have a Zarya too. So, for starters, what I want to do as attack with Zarya is I want to look around, see who's on the front line, see who they have, and I want to keep tabs on my teammates. The second someone shows their face, I want to have a shield on them. For my sake and for their sake. I want them to be able to pop up and do damage. And, you know, check it out, survey the area. I also, myself, want to be able to build damage on them. So, as I was saying with Roadhog, Roadhog pairs very well because everyone wants to shoot Roadhog. His Zarya's shield actually works exceptionally well with Roadhog because it's almost as big as him anyways, so people aren't going to be hitting anywhere other than the shield itself because they're already aiming for him. Because everyone wants it. Boom, look at that. 50 charge. That means the entire shield has been eaten. Shields on Zarya absorb 200 plus damage, and I always say 200 plus because, yes, statistically and numbers wise they absorb 200. But if they absorb 199 damage exactly, as impossible as that is, and then you stand on top of a D.Va ult that detonates, this is very impractical, but it's just an example. You stand on top of a D.Va ult that detonates the second your shield's about to end, and you have 1 health left on your shield, you're going to absorb 199 damage plus the entirety of that D.Va ult. That's just how her thing works. Now, if you notice, when I got sucked into that that Graviton Surge, I took note that there was a Mercy next to me, and I put a shield on myself. Not to protect myself, but to protect the Mercy. And the reason I did that is because you can see the shield is huge. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have my shield up anyways, but I wasn't even looking at the, I was not looking at the Mercy. So I wouldn't have been able to shield her. But right there is a prime example of just putting your shield up on something that definitely does more than 200. The mechanic exists in the game that when you have your shield up, or when anyone has a shield up, when anyone has a shield up, it will absorb the last hit, period, always, without fail. And so, it just, when a Junkrat's gonna ult you and someone else, that's actually a very good use of Zarya's ult, is, or not ult, her... I'm at a loss for, I'm trying to concentrate right now, so I'm actually gonna... Damn. Thought I could get one more person with that, but that, as many tanks have some function that counteracts many ults, Zarya has one as well that's very good, because Junkrat ults you in a Mercy. So you want to walk up to the ult and be a desirable target for that Junkrat. You want to go, look, easy kill, and there's someone next to me, and then immediately do this. Yeah, I kind of did waste both of my shields there for the sake of an example, but example made. So a Junkrat will go, oh, there's 2 targets right there. I gotta get ready to left click because someone's gonna blow up my tire soon. Or always think the player's competent, so they're thinking that because they're competent. And so you immediately get 100 charge and negate the entirety of the Junkrat ult, because boom, it's over. You get damage and Junkrat completely whiffs his ult for the most part. Now, I see a lot of Zaryas doing this, and they just right-click. Yeah, funny joke. I also right-click because that was the entirety of my video. But you want to right-click only when there is a cluster of people. Not only, because that's a bad way of phrasing it. You want to right-click when there's a cluster of people, when someone's around the corner, or when they're out of range of your left click. Now, your left click has a deceptively long range, and you shouldn't be using it normally unless you're fairly decent at tracking someone. And the reason is because your right click does a base of, I want to say, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's about 45 without any charge. And charge actually works on a 1-to-1% basis, so if you have 25 charge, you have 25% increased damage with your gun. It does not affect your melee at all, it does not affect your ult damage. Not that your ult is about doing damage anyways, it does damage, but not enough to do any significant amount of damage, for lack of a better word. I'll keep this rolling into the next game, but your right click is only for doing damage outside of your left click range, or if there's a cluster of enemies, as is the case when you ult and your ult is used properly. And she's not the best on defense, but, you know, we're gonna go with her anyways, because that's what this video is about. So, her ult does, or not her ult, I'm stupid. Her left click does about 4.75 damage per, I think it's 20 hits a second. And on paper, as with everything, on paper, that's an insane amount of damage. But the amount of time you can keep that laser trained on something it's just freaking impossible. You cannot maintain that effectively, because it's just not reasonable in an actual combat scenario. So, while everyone wants to right click because, you know, easy boom, boom, I hit one here and one here, but I'm still gonna hit everything in this immediate area. But you do massively more damage in a half a second with this. If I can keep this trained on this Roadhog for 1 second, I did more damage than this. Granted, when this hits, boom, all the damage comes out at once. However, if you can keep this trained on someone for a whole second, you're putting out insane DPS. And, as that is the case, Zarya is exceptionally good at eating tanks. She just destroys them. The problem with that is that a lot of tanks have armor, like this guy right here, where my damage really is negligible at the lower levels, because as far as we know, armor absorbs damage up to a point. Any instance of damage, meaning if you do 100 damage or if you do 10 damage, as long as it's a single chunk of damage, you're gonna do 5 less damage to armor. Now you see how that Genji there is being an idiot and he's running up to Zarya who has a laser weapon. And I failed press E on him, and I'm gonna die right now. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm gonna walk back here, put my shield up, because he's gotta swing his hammer right after that, and we'll be fine. But Genjis, a lot of Genjis, a lot of lower level Genjis, they really want to get that, that desperate deflect up. Let's see if I can get this guy to do it. I don't think he's gonna do it. Nah, he's gone. And I just used my shields, damn it, so I cannot. And there we go. I did not at all track him well, but you know, he had so little health left that... Damn it. If you can track well, you just keep that left click down because you will melt people. As you saw, that was the case. This guy is being a rude dude and teabagging. Now, as you may have assumed from my video, maybe, that's why I said may, is your right click also bounces people away. So, although it's absolutely impossible to do, but if you can pull it off, it is totally a possibility. If you're lucky, you can bounce people off the edge and stuff like that. So that's what I was trying to do with that Lucio there. You can also pull some really fancy stuff where they are just pumping out hits that they will not have in a moment if we can stop them off the point. I'm falling back for a second because Zarya's shields, and I want to have as much health as possible before trying to hold the point for as long as possible. Because there's no reason when I'm outnumbered to not get on that point. Which I'm sure that guy is probably right-clicking going, why were you getting on the point? You were completely outnumbered. Well, to stall for half a second so my team could get set up on the next point. But
you have my thanks.
I digress. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about next. Often you want to hold that your own shield for a second when you encounter something you would need your shield for, because if you didn't know this, you will now. Zarya shields absorbs all special effects. Just actually absorbs all special effects. Which includes many stun ults, McCree's flashbang, hook, May's freeze. I don't know when the hell this goes, so fuck it, let's find out. And that's a little bit of a shortcut. It absorbs the knockback, I believe. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it absorbs the knockback on Roadhog's whole hog. So it is actually an incredibly valuable shield. Stupidly valuable. And that is, you gotta play those strengths of Zarya. Which is that. I believe it also stops the slow on Symmetra's turrets. They don't have Symmetra, we do, so I can't exactly test that right now. There's a fat ass in front of me, so I couldn't exactly. And as you can see right there, boom. I ate the charge, that's fine. I'm gonna die to high noon anyways, everyone was, but I saw the hammer come out. I put up my shield last second on a good reflex, and I absorbed the
Show them what you can do.
Absorb the... Hello, my friend. Ooh, that's a good example. Thank you for reminding me with your death, Zenyatta. Zenyatta's, Orb of Discord cannot be placed on you while you have a shield up on yourself, and it cannot be placed on any, person who has your shield as well, which is awesome. Here's a neat little trick you can do with Zarya, is you can shoot over Reinhardt's shield and damage him behind, much like you, McCree's do with their flashbang, where they just chuck that over the top. And it's possible to do, but with a lot of target abilities, friendly target abilities specifically, like Mercy, and with Zarya, obviously because I'm playing her, it is definitely possible to throw a shield on by mashing the hell out of E or whatever button you have set up. But when, for example, when a Roadhog grabs a teammate of yours, I should not be trying to pull this off here because this is a very unreliable jump. All the jumps you saw in my video were most of them were multiple takes. The very easy ones were single takes, obviously. Like this jump right here, that actually is a lot easier than it looks. The jumps from down here to up here are very hard. They are super hard. The friend that you saw in the video with me was, I don't even think he pulled it off at all. Because it is an absolute cap jump where you have to get your jumps perfectly. But if a Roadhog pulls a teammate, you want to look at the Roadhog. You don't want to look at the teammate because you will not be able to track that teammate as they get yanked over the Roadhog. So the second they get pulled into the front of Roadhog, E, boom, you deny Roadhog a free kill because he can't immediately God damn it. So originally, Zarya's ult used to just completely dissipate on barriers, and as you can imagine, that's really lame and stupid because an ult that magnitude should not be absorbed outright by, you know, simply holding up right click. And I'm gonna hide behind Fatty, put a shield on him, hopefully save my life. Like, no, not actually. I have caps on because my record button is caps locked, so I can look down at the keyboard and see, oh look, I'm recording. But, you know, it's good to type in all caps recon up so your team knows, oh, we can't go and be sneaky because Widow's stupid broken and her ult builds in half a second. Now, this is a tank that cannot fight you. A Roadhog is an absolute lost matchup against a Zarya. Do we still have Symmetra? No, we do not, so I can't get another 100. I believe a while ago I was saying something about, I don't know what, it was a shield point, but for Zarya, you want to be a desirable target for, you know, people's shenanigans. So I'm going to walk at this Widowmaker, and I'm not going to immediately throw the shield up. Man, I could not look at him in time. But I'm not going to immediately throw the shield up there, because a competent player knows Zarya shields themselves. So they're going to wait for the shield to go up, or they're going to attack while the shield's not up. So if you walk at them for one whole second, which you have to guess a majorly long time, and you don't shield, they're going to go, alright, I can pull off this shenanigans now, like I just did. And I can flashbang, or I can, I'm gonna go ahead and snipe at Zarya now. And then you throw your shield up in that second, then they're just gonna get obliterated. And it looks like we win this game. So, I assume all I did this whole game was ramble about Zarya stuff, and, I doubt it was amazing. That ult at the end there, whenever I ult with Zarya, I try to ult against the surface. Was he on our team or was he on their team? It's pretty bad that I have yeah, he was on our team. I definitely remember him doing that. But yeah, that's some Zarya gameplay. I'm not gonna edit this at all. I'm gonna just throw this on YouTube, and then people will do as they usually do on YouTube and devour it within seconds, tearing flesh from bone and stripping it completely clean and picking it apart, and it's gonna be fantastic for me. So yeah, if you like this, tell me. If you don't like this, you're gonna tell me. I know that for a fact. If you found anything useful, great. You don't need to tell me. I'm not a content creator who's whoring himself out. So there's that. I'm gonna play this next game without trying to do horrible commentary. See ya.